Do you ever feel trapped, stuck in the same cycle, wondering if anything will ever change? Like no matter how hard you try, you're just spinning your wheels and never moving forward? What if I told you that feeling stuck isn't a sign of failure, it's a sign of transformation? That the frustration, the uncertainty, even the setbacks aren't holding you back. They're preparing you for something greater. These nagging feelings are quite often signs, clear signals that you're not stuck, you're evolving. But most people miss them. They mistake them for defeat, not realizing that the struggle they're facing is actually paving the way for their next breakthrough. Many of them give up, but not you, because in this video, I'll show you 7 powerful signs that change is already happening in your life. And if you recognize them, get ready, because you're about to step into the next level of who you're meant to be. One small favor before we begin. If you find value in this content, simply like and subscribe. And you'll not only be helping our channel, but also helping more people, just like you, discover the life-changing insights you're about to learn. All right, let's dive in. Number 1, challenges are stacking up. It feels like life is testing you. You take one step forward and something pushes you 2 steps back. Every time you think you've caught a break, another obstacle appears. It's exhausting. It's frustrating. And it makes you wonder if you're even on the right path. But what if I told you this wasn't a sign to stop? It's a sign to keep going. Before any major breakthrough, life puts you through a test, not to punish you, but to prepare you, to strengthen you for what's ahead. Every major success story you've ever heard includes a period of struggle. The moments that almost broke them were the same moments that built them. Imagine pulling back the string of a bow. The farther back you pull, the more tension you create. But the second you release it, that arrow soars. Right now, you might feel like life is pulling you back, but that tension is building momentum. And when the time is right, you'll be launched forward in ways you never expected. So if you feel like everything is going wrong, don't quit. This isn't the end of your story. It's the chapter right before everything starts to make sense. Number 2, you feel lost or out of place. Do you ever feel like you're wandering aimlessly, unsure of where to go next? Your job, your relationships, your goals. Things that once felt certain now seem unclear, like the very ground beneath you is shifting. But here's what most people don't realize. Feeling lost isn't a sign of failure. It's a sign of transition. You don't feel lost when you're stuck in a routine, repeating the same patterns. You feel lost when you're on the verge of something new, when your old life no longer fits, and the next chapter hasn't fully revealed itself yet. Think of a butterfly inside a cocoon. It has no idea what's happening. It only knows the struggle, the pressure, the discomfort. But that very struggle is what strengthens its wings. Without it, it could never fly. Right now, you may feel like things are unraveling. But what if they're not falling apart? What if they're falling into place? The greatest growth comes from the moments of deepest uncertainty. This isn't an ending. This is the beginning of the person you are meant to become. Number 3, you're losing people who were once close to you. As you grow, you may notice that certain people start to drift away. Friendships that once felt solid now feel distant. Conversations that used to flow naturally now seem forced. It's painful, confusing, and can even make you question if you're doing something wrong. But here's the truth. This isn't rejection. It's realignment. Not everyone is meant to walk with you into your next chapter. Some people were only meant to be part of your past. Clinging to relationships that no longer fit can prevent you from stepping into the person you're meant to be. Think of a rocket launching into space. At a certain altitude, parts of the rocket detach. Not because they were unnecessary, but because their purpose has been fulfilled. If they stayed, they would hold the rocket back. So if you've been losing people lately, don't see it as a loss. See it as space being made for the right people to enter your life. When that happens, you'll look back and realize that letting go was one of the best things that ever happened to you. Number 4, unexpected opportunities are appearing. For the longest time, it may have felt like nothing was working out. You've tried, you've pushed, but every door seemed to stay shut. You've faced rejection, financial struggles, or setbacks that made you question whether you were on the right path. But then, out of nowhere, something shifts. A new opportunity appears. A job offer, a chance meeting, a new idea. It might feel small, but this is no coincidence. It's a signal that your breakthrough is beginning. Most people expect transformation to come in a dramatic way. But in reality, big changes often start with subtle whispers, a conversation, an idea, a small, unexpected event. The problem is, most people overlook them because they don't look like what they imagine. If you hesitate, waiting for the perfect moment, you may miss the very thing leading you to your breakthrough. Even the smallest step forward can create momentum that shifts everything. So when opportunities start appearing, don't ignore them. Lean in, explore, say yes, because when doors start to crack open, it's a sign that something bigger is waiting for you on the other side. Are you ready to step through? Number 5, you feel an urgent need for change. One day you wake up and realize something just isn't right anymore. The comfort of your old routine has vanished, replaced by a deep sense of unease. The job that once motivated you now feels suffocating, draining the energy you used to have. The conversations that once sparked excitement now feel empty. Even the places and hobbies you once enjoyed seem dull and lifeless. That unsettling feeling? It's not something to ignore. It's your inner voice, the part of you that knows you're meant for more, screaming for change. But many people silence that voice. They tell themselves they should just be happy with what they have, that taking risks is reckless, that discomfort is something to endure rather than a call to evolve. But think of it like a snake shedding its skin. As it grows, the old skin becomes too tight, too restrictive. If it doesn't shed, it can't continue to grow. The same thing happens to us. We try to force ourselves to fit into old routines, relationships, and environments that no longer serve us. And in doing so, we make ourselves miserable. The more you resist change, the more unbearable life becomes. That discomfort, it's not there to punish you, it's there to push you forward. It's a clear signal that a better, more fulfilling life is just on the other side of your fear. The question is, will you listen? Number 6, you're suddenly drawn to self-improvement. Have you recently felt an overwhelming need to improve yourself? Maybe you've started reading books you never would have considered before. You find yourself drawn to personal growth, success stories, and motivational content. You're taking a hard look at your habits, questioning them, and actively working to become a better version of yourself. This isn't random. This isn't a passing phase, it's preparation. When a big shift is coming, your subconscious starts readying itself before you consciously recognize what's happening. Think about it. You wouldn't start training for a marathon if you weren't preparing to run one, right? In the same way, you wouldn't suddenly crave knowledge, discipline, and self-mastery unless your future required it. Your brain and body are gearing up for something greater. Maybe you don't see the full picture yet, but that internal shift is proof that change is coming. And the best thing you can do? Lean into it. The work you're doing on yourself now is laying the foundation for the next stage of your journey. The skills you're building, the knowledge you're gaining, it's all going to be essential for the person you're becoming. So if you feel this sudden drive to grow, don't dismiss it. Embrace it. Your future self is calling you forward. Now it's up to you to answer. Number 7, you feel calm in the chaos. This is the sign that makes the least sense, but is the most powerful. Your world may feel like it's falling apart. Relationships are shifting, opportunities are uncertain, the future feels unpredictable, and yet you don't feel panic. Instead, there's a quiet sense of certainty, a deep, unshakable knowing that even though everything around you looks chaotic, something is about to shift in your favor. This isn't wishful thinking, it's not denial, it's alignment. Think of standing in the eye of a storm. The winds rage all around, but right where you are, there's peace. That's because deep down, you recognize that all of this isn't happening to destroy you. It's happening to shape you. Most people think peace comes after everything settles, but those on the brink of transformation experience it before it happens. It's as if your soul already knows the outcome, even if your mind hasn't caught up yet. Have you ever seen someone go through a major life challenge, yet carry themselves with quiet strength? They're not broken. They're not bitter. They just know. They trust that what's happening is part of something bigger. That kind of peace is rare, but if you're feeling it, it's a sign that your breakthrough is closer than you think. So trust it. Keep moving forward. The storm isn't here to tear you down. It's here to clear the way. And when it passes, you'll step into a life that finally feels like it was meant for you. Now that you know these signs, take a moment and think. Have you noticed any of them in your life recently? If so, remind yourself, you're not stuck. You're evolving, and the change is already in motion. And let me know in the comments, which of these signs have you experienced? If this video resonated with you, hit the like button and subscribe for more insights on personal growth and transformation. And if you're looking to take your mindset even further, you may enjoy this other video on the Stoic mindset. It will give you powerful tools to stay grounded and strong no matter what challenges come your way. Keep moving forward and embrace the journey. Your best days are not behind you. They are just ahead.